Welcome everybody to the Mana Mechanic, where we try to fix anything to do with mana in your mana base. As you can see here, we have a simple hand, white weenie, kind of an old school style. We have some cards. Let's say we get Gitaxian Probe. The first thing I want to explain to you all is the importance of matching artwork, matching lands, etc. Permanents, basically. We have probably our most prominent card in this deck is this Plains. Then we have this Plains, then we have this Plains. A lot of you will already see a problem with this. If you get Gitaxian Probed and the person sees this, if they're really astute, they might write down that, hey, Don Hazeltine, and Chippy. Well, if your first play of the game is this, can you tell me what the person drew? Of course you can. They drew the Richard Wright land. So you know in their hand are 3 more Plains. So that's one example of why it's very good to have matching lands, because if the person does look at your hand with a Gitaxian Probe and they see 3 identical Plains, and your whole deck is filled with identical Plains, you play the Plains, they have no idea what you drew. Small advantage, but it can be a difference in competitive play. There's a concept I'd like to share with you all. It has to do a lot with brewing, and it's called tracers. Similar to the military use of tracers, as shown here, mana can be used as tracers as well, or cards, but in this example I'm going to show you mana. So here we have 4 lands, 3 cards. And let's say in particular, this is a deck that has been getting mana screwed very often. So we're messing with the mana. We're going to leave these cards over here. We're going to look at our mana. We have mana, all matching, And here we have our tracer. You'll notice it's different art. This, as a deck designer, allows you to interplay it with your percentages, and you can tell when that extra land comes up. It's not a foreign theory on a percentage piece of paper, it's a hard thing that you can see. If your land's getting screwed, hey, that helped this hand. Maybe your next hand is 3 lands, and there it is again.
Now, we're not saying that the occurrence ratio of the tracer is equal to the change in ratio of mana to non-mana in the deck by adding 1 more land. Obviously, you've only changed the ratio by a small margin. This, however, represents a visual cue to help you see when you actually get that extra land, vice a non-land card.
You know that because of that 1 land, you now have a playable hand. It's a good way of using tracers, which is just alternate artwork, or if you're playing in the paper world, you could literally just scribble on it, hello, tracer, whatever you want to do. I'm fond of using the word jackass. Anyway, that is a good example of tracers in mana, both online and in reality, that can help steer your mana base into a much more profitable direction. So the concept of matching lands really works online as well too, with cards like Gitaxian Probe, looking at your hand, seeing a variety of things in there. For example, we have 18 lands here, and if I wanted to add an extra forest to see how it plays out, I'd probably choose something like this. It clashes a lot with the other one, and you can tell when it's going to come up. It's a good example here in online of how this concept can work. Another great thing with online is this feature right here, properties. You bring up your deck and it shows a property. Pretty boring stuff, except for this, sample hand. This has proven invaluable over the years. As you can see, this is not a keepable hand. We've only got 1 play. Draw another hand, draw another hand, draw another hand. Wow, I hope that doesn't happen to me in real life. But as you can see, maybe we do need another land in this. Maybe we don't have enough, as this is telling us without having to waste somebody else's time. This looks like a slow start, flooded, etc. You get the idea. This is a very valuable tool online has, and I rarely hear people even knowing about it, and it's right there. I just don't think they're exploring enough. But it gives you a nice little option, and get your other pen and paper out and start taking little tally notes. Do 100 test draws. It takes less than 2 minutes. And then, the percentages are going to tell you what's going on there, and then you can start adding tracers, as we discussed earlier, to thin out your build, fine-tune it, and get it just perfectly ready for a tournament. It's another good way of using the online experience to improve your decks.